Hello, today I'm going to make vegan peanut butter cookies. In this bowl, I've already measured out 1 cup of all-purpose unbleached flour. Now the importance of when you measure out your flour is to spoon it into the measuring cup and then level it off like with the back of a butter knife. Common mistake people make is that they just take their measuring cup and they just scoop into the bag, and that tends to pack the flour, making for a much denser dough. Okay, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Just going to whisk that together. Now, I will not be adding salt to this recipe because my peanut butter has salt in it. Okay, in this bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of organic cane sugar. And 1 cup of peanut butter. If you have an allergy to peanuts, there's a product on the market called Sun Butter. I'm not familiar with it myself, but judging by the name of Sun Butter, I'm guessing it's made with sunflowers. Or more specifically, the seeds, I should say. Okay, just mix this together till it's smooth. Okay, unlike most peanut butter cookie recipes that require you to chill the dough for like 3 hours, you won't need to keep this chilled. I mean, unless your kitchen's like really hot, you should be fine. Mine's probably about 75 degrees right now. But if it's like a really hot day, you could probably put your dough in the refrigerator between batches. Now I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of almond milk that I put out to bring up to room temperature. Once again, if you have a nut allergy, you could use water. Okay, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Once again, just mix this together. Oops, made a mess. good. Now I'm going to add my flour mixture. Mix it up well enough that there's no flour on the bottom. And as you mix it, you'll notice it's getting a little harder to stir. Might actually have to get in there with your hands and finish mixing it. But this is looking pretty good, so I may not have to do that. Okay, I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I'm just going to take my little cookie scoop. These are nice. This is about a 1.5 tablespoon, I believe. Scoop it out, roll your dough into a ball. It's good to have a little water sitting here on the side just so the dough doesn't stick to the scoop. That one's a little small. Now I'll just take the back of a fork and just flatten it. little bit. You don't want to flatten it too much. Some people actually dip their fork in sugar when they do this, but I'm going to sprinkle sugar on it when they're done baking. This is just basically to help it keep from sticking to the dough. Okay, now I'm just going to put it in the oven for 10 to 13 minutes. Since oven temperatures vary, you know your oven best. Okay, I took my cookies out after about 12 minutes. And while they're still warm, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar over the top. You can also use a coarse salt like sea salt if you want that sweet and savory. Oh, and when you're rolling up your dough into little balls, roll it as tight as possible, because I don't know if you can see it, but one of my cookies, when I went to take it off the pan, actually broke. So just continue until you're done. There you go. Vegan peanut butter cookies. You can also use crunchy peanut butter for this recipe if you like. If you're using a non-stick pan, you should be okay. But if you don't have a good non-stick pan, I recommend using a silicone baking sheet or parchment paper. Also let the cookies rest on the pan for about a minute before you remove them. You'll find that they're very fragile when you first go to take them off, but as they cool, they firm up nicely. As far as storage purposes, if you're going to leave them on a plate like that covered with a plastic wrap or aluminum foil, you can leave them out for like 2 to 3 days and they'll still be good. I'll be putting mine in an airtight container, which should make them last for about 5 days. But if you tear up a piece of bread and throw it in that container, it'll extend it by even a few more days. Now, if you decide to put that container in the refrigerator, the cookies should last for up to 2 weeks. And if you're making them ahead of time for a party, you can freeze them up for 2 months. Well, I hope you try them and enjoy. Have a good day.